It's finally time for Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon Season 4! Right, Goddess?
Yeah! And it's happening thanks to you viewers in front of the TV, as well as our fans from all over the world!
That's right! Thank you so much, everybody!
Well, there's one thing that custom dictates we do before setting off on our new adventure. Do you remember what that is?
Well, yeah, of course I do. We have to review our journey so far, for all the people out there who may not have seen it. And there's a lot. Right, Goddess?
Yup, exactly, Belle. They need to know about how we fell deeply in love with each other. And hear all about our long, long tale that would make anyone cry sweet and sorrowful tears.
Hold on, Goddess! What are you talking about? I don't remember anything like that happening.
What? Are you sure? Okay, fine. Then let's take a stroll down memory lane and show everyone what kind of journey we've been on, shall we?
Just leave it to me! I came prepared for today by reviewing all the records of our adventure.
I'm thrilled that you've grown to be so dependable. Brings a tear to my eye. Oh yeah, and we'll give you a preview of the new story that's coming once we reach the end of this recap. So stay tuned. All right, without further ado, let's play back our story.
Okay, here we go. We live in the Labyrinth City, Orario. In addition to housing the dungeon, the city is home to countless gods and adventurers. It's the most famous city in the world.
We gods and goddesses can give our children living in the lower world a special type of power. It's called a blessing.
That's what it's called when you etch a status onto someone's back. Once they have that, they can become an adventurer and fight monsters.
Yep. And then, the god who gave the blessing and the adventurer who received it form a familia. Just like me and my love, Belle, here.
And what adventurers strive to explore is the giant maze located beneath the city, where monsters are born. That's known as the dungeon. It's in the title.
Sure, it's incredibly dangerous down there, but it's practically crawling with opportunities for people to make money and get famous.
That's why people from all around the world who want to become adventurers flock to this city.
And you were one of them too, weren't you, Belle?
I've always admired heroes like the ones you read about in storybooks. Also, my dear grandpa said something that stuck with me.
Well, a promising young adventurer like you needs to find love in a dungeon.
At first, I wasn't sure something like that could really happen. But...
You there. Are you all right?
A girl saved me back then. Her name is Miss Eis Wallenstein. She's a level 5, who's part of the largest familia in the city, the Loki familia. She's also nicknamed the Sword Princess. She's strong and cool, and I'm going to catch up to her one day.
What in the world makes you think you're ready for 7? How insane can you possibly be?
I wanted to go exploring further down in the dungeon, but I got yelled at by my guild advisor, Miss Aina. She said I had to form a party, otherwise I was stuck on the surface. But then, that's when I happened to meet Lily.
A very good day to you, sir. Sorry to bother you, but would you happen to be in the market for a supporter?
Lily Ruka Ard, a member of the Soma familia and a level 1. Lily had been pushed around and taken advantage of by adventurers for so long that she came to despise them. In order to guarantee her freedom, she needed all the money she could scrounge up. She was desperate.
Oh, poor Lily. She's had it rough. Luckily, you went and saved her from that lifestyle, Belle. I want to know why! Why did you come back and save me when you know good and well you should have left me to die, Master Belle?
Actually, it's because it was you, Lily. That's why I wanted to do it. It's wild. Even now, I can't imagine not having Lily in our party. She's so important to me. After reforming my party with Lily, we headed back into the dungeon, where I suddenly encountered a monster, the Minotaur. It was terrifying. I never expected a creature that powerful to show up on the 9th floor.
Even looking back on it now, it's totally insane. You were only a level 1. If you think about it, there's no way you should have been able to win against that thing.
Are you all right? You did very well, but I'll save you now.
And yet, you still managed to pull it off.
I won't do it. I will not let Eis Wallenstein rescue me anymore! Never again!
Amongst adventurers, there are many different levels, but changes in their status have no effect on those levels. And the only way for them to bring their level up is through adventures.
Exactly.
Belle, no!
He'll be fine.
That adventure definitely made you a lot stronger. You make me so proud, Belle.
Thank you, Goddess. That means a lot.
And that's how you managed to rank up so quickly. You became a level 2 adventurer, the little rookie Belle Crenelle. The higher your level, the further down into the dungeon you can venture. But to do that, you've got to have a few more friends you can count on.
Right around the time I was thinking about expanding our party, I met Welf Crozo.
Stop till you drop, kid. Armored by Welf Crozo.
A blacksmith of the Hephaestus familia and a level 1. You had admired his work for quite a while, hadn't you?
Yes, totally. So I was really happy that he agreed to make some special arrangements for me. And not only that, he ended up joining our party.
Good thing you met him, huh?
With Welf joining us, that brought our party to 3 people. We decided to forge on ahead into the middle floors.
The monsters were sure to be different and a lot stronger than anything you'd encountered on the upper floors. It must have been super scary.
It didn't matter how much we tried to prepare, or how many people we had in our party. None of it made a difference, and the dungeon didn't care.
After you finally reached the safe zone on the 18th floor known as Under Resort, a Black Goliath floor boss came crashing down.
Many adventurers tried to take it on, but not a single one of them could lay a scratch on it.
Let your feelings burn like fire. Cry out with all your desire.
The skill that manifested itself in you is called Argonaut. Even though it's a measly little skill, it really holds its own, especially when used against an overwhelmingly powerful enemy. In other words, a hero shot! Belle and the other adventurers fought side by side and eventually took down the enormous floor boss. Belle, I must say you were particularly amazing!
Cheers! One day we were celebrating Welf's rank up to level 2 at the tavern. We started getting harassed by adventurers from the Apollo familia, and we sort of wound up in a big bar fight. Not proud of it.
Is he from the Apollo familia?
Little rookie. Don't tell me that's all you've got.
Nobody can blame you guys for getting into a fight, because who could have known this was Apollo's carefully planned trap to get his hands on my precious little Belle? That jerky jerk face, he must pay!
May I please have this dance with you? Please?
I'd love to.
After being invited to a banquet of the gods hosted by Master Apollo, we were met with a challenge of a war game between our familias, where the loser must surrender everything to the winner. Our goddess rejected the idea right then and there. However... are you alright, goddess?
Yeah, that smarmy bastard. He's totally trying to force our hand. Stop it, you jerks! How dare you destroy our sweet little love nest! They gave us such a hard time that I was ready to blow my top. So we made our way to the home of the Apollo familia. In preparation for the fight, Belle underwent some special training. Meanwhile, I went to help little Miss Supporter get out of trouble after she returned to the Soma familia.
Ultimately, Lily, Welf, and Mikoto all transferred to join our familia. Then, with Miss Ryu acting as our support, we went into a siege battle as the attacking side.
Conquest of the gods! Futsu no Mizama!
Thanks for all your hard work. Lily,
Please, you go on ahead. I'm going to stir up a little more trouble.
Now I don't care what Master Apollo wants anymore! Die, you bastard!
Landing the final blow is a step away from one's own demise.
my best chance is to catch him the moment he thinks he's bested.
Thanks to our genius strategy and helpful allies, we managed to claim victory. And with that, Belle reached level 3. To top it off, we scored a new home and a significant amount of monetary compensation. And starting today, this is our Familia's emblem.
No freaking way! Here?
One night, we noticed Mikoto acting strange and decided to follow her in Chigusa. We soon found ourselves in the pleasure quarter.
You're new around here, aren't you? Oh, you seem a little wound up. You can call me Aisha. And you are?
Things went sideways, and I got found by a level 3 of the Ishtar Familia named Aisha, who chased me all over the place. I eventually ran into a lady named Haruhime, the childhood friend who Mikoto and Chigusa were searching for.
What? What a lovely collarbone.
Hello?
Belle and the others went down into the dungeon to get enough money to save Haruhime from the brothel. But they quickly got attacked by the Ishtar Familia. I know firsthand just how adorable Belle is, but I never thought that Ishtar would set her sights on him.
If you're angry, you'll have to take it up with an erratic goddess!
Aisha's group came after us with overwhelming power, and they ended up capturing both me and Mikoto. Afterwards, I found myself getting assaulted by Fraine until Haruhime arrived to save me in the nick of time. But that's when I learned she was fated to become a sacrifice as part of a ritual. She's a part of your familia. She's your family. How are you okay with that?
Such a passionate speech. Are you going to take her from me? I suppose it's war, then. We'll take out your familia, too.
They were looking to defeat the Freya Familia. Ishtar planned to use Haruhime as a sacrifice to create a powerful item. Belle wanted to save Haruhime, but he knew that taking action would drag his friends into a war. And so, as captain of the Familia, he struggled to make a decision.
Miss Mikoto, I'm sorry. I'm going to save Miss Haruhime.
Thank you very much. It's truly a privilege to share a familia with you.
Miss Mikoto and I went together to try and rescue Miss Haruhime.
What are you doing?
Adaptations, a ninja's greatest skill, the surprise attack!
Don't just stand there! Somebody get her off of me!
Defend me! Oh, purifying light!
No! Mikoto!
Helicopter!
Thanks in part to Freya's intervention, Ishtar got sent back to heaven and her familia was dissolved. And Haruhime, after being freed from her fate, officially joined our familia.
I'm here. I've come to save you.
You are my hero.
Lady Haruhime. We really did it. I can hardly believe it.
While adventuring to the 19th floor one day, I got separated from my party. Then, I came across a monster girl. Her name was Vine. Vine was all alone and huddled in fear after being chased by both monsters and adventurers alike. I quickly found myself unable to leave her behind and ended up taking her back with me.
The hell is that, Belle?
Belle? Name is Belle?
Tell me you heard that. It just spoke.
I was honestly shocked. I had never heard of a monster that could talk until we met her. Generally, monsters are considered an absolute evil that has waged war against humanity forever. Even for a goddess like myself, it's impossible to offer them salvation. But Vine seemed so afraid. I decided that we would look after her while we gathered information. So, I take it off!
No, please! You mustn't...
Belle is very warm.
But Vine caused a scene in the middle of town. And not long after that, somehow word got out about us keeping her. That didn't make the guild very happy, and they ordered us on a mission to take the Dragon Girl down to the 20th floor of the dungeon.
Oopsie daisy. That was great. I've never met adventurers like you guys before.
That's where you met other monsters like Vine, who were intelligent and capable of speech. They were known as the Xenos, and Mr. Lido was their leader.
That's right. The welcome party they threw for us at their hidden village was so human-like that it really surprised me. They started living like that after meeting with Mr. Fells over 15 years ago. They dreamed of one day reaching an understanding with humans, so they could go up to the surface and live a normal life.
So you see, that's why we were so stoked to meet you folks today. And it's not because we expect you to help us or anything like that. Just knowing that there are surface dwellers who are willing to accept us for who we are. I'm so glad we met you and your friends.
Sadly, we're still a long way from reaching the point where monsters can coexist with humans. That's why Belle's party left Vine in the care of the Xenos and made their way back home. Until...
Armed monsters have destroyed Rivera, located on the 18th floor.
Mr. Lido and Vine. The Ganesha Familia was given a mission by the guild to subdue the threat, and I accompanied them into the dungeon. That's where I learned from Mr. Lido that some humans had killed their friends, and they were fighting to take back Vine and other Xenos who had been captured.
No! No! No!
Aww. Just settle down, little lady. You're gonna get your turn soon enough.
A level 5 named Dix Perdix, the captain of the Ikalos Familia, and his allies were behind it all. They had been capturing the Xenos. They were using an ancient dungeon created by Kenosis, an ancestor of Dix Perdix, as a secret route to ferry the Xenos up to the surface to sell them.
That's when I figured it out. Humiliating and tormenting these beasts, driving them to the brink of despair, treating them like the garbage they are, is the one thing that satisfies me. The one thing that can assuage this wretched blood.
So the Xenos and Vine. That's why you did all this? Mr. Lido and the other Xenos were bewitched by a powerful curse that made them go berserk. Even Vine was transformed into a giant monster after having the crystal in her forehead forcibly torn out. So I had to fight to save them all. Being a human or a monster has nothing to do with saving someone. If they ask for my help, then that's good enough for me!
You are just a hypocrite!
We managed to fend off the baddies, but Vine was unleashed upon the surface while still under the curse. Belle chased after her, but was put in a tough situation after things took a turn for the worse.
The moment of truth. If he screws this up, Belle Crenell becomes public enemy #1.
This Weaver right here is mine, so keep your hands off!
Eventually, things came to a kind of vague conclusion when a black minotaur appeared out of nowhere. The town placed the blame largely on Belle. Not to mention, a number of the Xenos were still stuck above ground, with many adventurers hunting them.
It was a bad situation. So, we enacted a plan to save the Xenos by helping them avoid the notice of other adventurers and escape. I served as a distraction, while everyone else found an unguarded entrance to Kenosis for the Xenos to sneak through.
However, something happened beyond even divine will. The dreaded Black Minotaur showed up once again.
Asterius. That's the name he gave before we engaged in an all-out battle. I want to be a hero!
This makes us even. Belle, our next match shall be the last.
You ended up losing that fight, but the Xenos managed to return to the dungeon safely, and your handsome reputation was restored.
I need you to help me. I want to get stronger.
Looking back, we've had nothing but absolutely crazy adventures, huh? I feel like my heart was pounding non-stop. And now we're about to start an entirely new adventure.
Right! I'm excited to find out what kind of fun is in store for us this time.
After being given another mission by the guild, Belle's party goes on an expedition to the lower levels of the dungeon where they find the Great Falls. But even with Belle at level 4, and a party formed with the skilled members of other familia, it turns out those floors are a lot harder to deal with than expected. After they run into an enhanced species of monster for the first time, numerous allies and adventurers are defeated by its overwhelming assault. Everyone in Belle's party takes desperate action to try and save them, and overcome the intense trial that the dungeon throws their way. Woof. Your next adventure sounds like another rough one.
No matter what dangers lie ahead, we're all going to get stronger and return safely, not only for our own sake, but also for the sake of Vine and the Xenos.
That's the spirit. Things will be okay if everybody works together. And I'm sure the fans, watching from all over the world, will be there to cheer you on. Go out there and rise to the challenge, Belle.
Okay, Goddess, let's do this!